you're not going to skip over this one lightly. Always on my mind. All right. This is, to me, this is the song that really solidified you. And then there was the first version, and then there was the remix with Sean Paul. Yeah. How did you come up with the first, and then how did you guys get to the remix?
Well, the first version, again, I was in the rut for that. Man, I kind of have a little breakup because I was a really bad boy in terms of, let's say, gangsterism. I never really to pick up that. We just was given a whole lot of trouble in the ladies department, you know. And the real, I wasn't faithful to her, you know. Yeah, so I guess eventually she found out once is all nice and good. Apologize, good. We go back, she catch me again, good. Apologize, she catch me again. And I guess she got tired of catching me. You know, once, too many times in the cookie jar, my hands were, and then she just got fed up on the side, like, you know what, I gotta go. And me never really, I didn't really knew how much I loved her until she definitely went this time. And so now, my drive was through, though, I'm driving to the gymnasium one day. Gymnasium is what we call gymnasium for the ladies, but gymnasium for me. Yeah, I was going to the gymnasium one day to go get my routine workout done. I was driving in traffic. Never forget this. I was in Alpha Tree. And I remember, I think I tried to call her and she not picking up my phone calls. And I was there. And I said, whoa, I like this. So I grabbed my addicted tape and I taped the idea, the melody and just the little words that came to me. And I called Stephen McGregor and I said, Stephen, I come link him everything I want to work on for me. And then we linked up and then start building everything from scratch, because that's how I started doing my music. I no longer was voicing when I voice for people, I voice and they're juggling. But when I voice for myself, I could do things from scratch and improvise and manipulate and, you know, take twists and turns and make things how I wanted to make it. I wanted to make songs and not just music.
For sure.
Music,
that's a big difference.
I wanted to make songs. And this was a song I was making. And I never forget we there when we came up with the rhythm and everything, and then I sang the chorus. And when I went to the box to sing, no lie, the words just came out like it was magic. I never wrote the words. Yeah, you're in my mind, thinking about you. Because I was really feeling it like that. Girl, I miss you. I was really missing her. Baby, ever since that day you went away, yeah, can't live without you. Always on my mind, always on my mind. You know, and one take, see me, and at the time when I did it, I did the chorus and the first verse. I never had a second verse because this was supposed to be a collaboration with me and Kalonji. You know, I say I wanted to do a collaboration with Sister Kalonji, and I was already linked him. I link him now and I say, yo, Sister, have a song we want to do with you, you know. But you know, he said yes to it, but at the same time, he wanted me, I guess, I just saw that by what I saw, it wasn't going to happen anytime soon.
Okay.
Because I was constantly linking, constantly going by the studio up at Judgment Yard. Days turned into weeks, and then weeks like it one turned into months. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and then I see all the other people who were out there ahead of me, still there in the yard waiting. And like, this might take too long to happen. So I went back to the studio and I came up with the second verse. I gave you all of me. Now you're not here with me. Nothing will ever. You know what I mean? And then when I did that, also I had like This Time I Promise, because all these songs was coming off of the energy where me and she was concerned. You know what I mean? Even I can't get over you. Even though I try and I refuse to cry, I can't get over you. I'm gonna get over, you know. And then, oh, I've made a change for you. Oh, and this time I promise I'm never gonna hurt you again. Yesterday is gone, and I can't right my wrong. Baby, I'm sad, sad for breaking your heart. So, all them songs that I really that's a message to. You see me? I'm gonna just put them in the songs. And it just so happen that after Can't Get Over You, go on that thing now, I realized that I had to come with a second single. And now the single I was promoting was This Time I Promise. And I never forget I went by Zip FM to link up DJ Ice. And like usual, when I have something brand new, sometime I would play and say, yo, this may work when you get me. So this is what is to come. And I played This Time I Promise for him. I make him know, say, that's a song I was presently promoting, but I have songs like these coming, and I played On My Mind for him. And when he heard it, he was like, yo, I know you're promoting This Time I Promise, but this is a song that On My Mind. I want you to left it with me today. And I was like, no, B. Can't do that. Yeah, I'm mash up my floor, man. I'm not promoting that right now. I'm promoting this. If me get this right now, you try have the whole vibe. I try to bring more and put out songs in a certain sequence. But eventually he convinced me. And I said to him, word for word, I said, yo, please, my beg you, just play it one time.
Yeah.
And then just focus on the This Time I Promise. And the man give me him word. Yeah, man, thing good. Remember, so I comes in and I jump in the mic and I left zip and tune into him. Me and play and him play. Oh, this time I promise. And then, ding, ding, ding. And the man start be a hole in the song. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, pull up. And I say, yo, let's start getting mad. Yes, I do start and I mash up my thing big. You see me? Before me know, I see my phone start ring. Answer my phone. Big A from RFM. Yo, singer. How come? Man, I've tuned him in the after tune. I said, which tune you at? Because I already gave him This Time I Promise. The man said, no, the other one I made him play a while. How many other tune there? So I said, man, I promote. The man said, hey, more on that, you know. My phone ring again. Look at Richie from Swatch. Singer. I pray, you know. What do you mean? Yeah, come on, I play a song, and I have song. And I say, yo. And that is how I had no choice but to start. Just run with it.
Push it out from there. So then how did the Sean Paul remix happen then now?
By that time, the song is the biggest song in Jamaica and probably so on a global scale in terms of the genre. And Sean, I kind of know Sean from the days of him being by Jeremy Arden's studio, and I was by 2 other records. I used to hang out up there sometimes. I used to voice a couple of songs with Jeremy Arden, you know what I mean, and look at them and Sean them used to do up then, you know, more time I'd be up there playing Xbox and watching them play Xbox, and you know what I mean? It's a little vibe. By this time, Sean was the biggest reggae act kind of globally, you know, and in Jamaica though, his presence in terms of the music was a bit slightly off, you know, while his presence in the global scale was more huge. I remember him and I was hosting this program up by Zip FM again. And while we were in the studio, I remember him saying to me, yo, singer, you know when you hear a song and you wish that you sing it, man, that song you have on my mind, I really wish I'd me sing that song there in my youth. I said, for real? I said, yeah, man, the song, bad, love it. So by him saying that now, I said to him, well, if you love it that much, how about we do a remix? And the man said, hey, man, yeah, man, can't do that, man. And I saw now the remix come into play, but link up Stephen and make the appointment. And that's how Stephen meet him too.
Okay.
Because it's me really why Sean Paul growing up by Stephen's studio, by Stephen McGregor's studio, and I saw Sean Paul meet him. You know what I mean? Because Stephen was a young genius, man. I knew Stephen way before anybody else even start. I mean, there was just a little kid, and my brother encouraged us, bring me to meet him, and I said, you're a bud, local school youth, but his talent is a giant, you know? You see me? So I saw how the thing come now, the collaboration came, and we did the song, and I re-released it again on my label, and it went out again and blew up. So the song went to number one twice. Went to number one by itself as a solo with me alone, and it went to number one again as a remix. Yeah, man.
And then you had put out the visuals and everything at that time there too.
Yes.
Your album, your big album, was named the same thing, Always on My Mind.
Yeah.
How did that album do for you in your career at that time there now?
Well, that album came out, that was my exclusive project from the beginning. So the reason why VP Records ended up getting the album is because I had Sean Paul now on the remix, you know, and I wanted to put the remix on the album. And Sean was signed to them, and I wouldn't cut the tape and let me use that song unless I gave them the album. And you know what? I'm like, well, it's a big song. Sean is globally known, and probably they could do something more with it than I could from a independent aspect of things. You feel me? But that album is still like my iconic album until this day. You know what I mean? Up until this day, that album is still favorite of a lot of people until they hear this one I'm coming with.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.